second, we should be able to go ahead and spectate. That'll be on delay as well.
A little bit of an issue. So game one was taken by Digital Heretics, and they're playing the Arab Legion. So there's always that. So take this moment to shamelessly plug. This way we can get a good cut for the highlights, so they can be posted on your Facebook group. I am Mangrease, and Slick was not able to join us as of yet, so stepping in for him is Your Mom SE. So Your Mom first edition was taken, so he is Your Mom SE.
I am the second edition. What's up, guys?
I'm not going to change the Twitch thing up there, so...
That's fine. I don't really stream.
So yeah, we have playing in Game 2 right now, because we missed Game 1. Remember, Game 1 was taken by Digital Heretics, but we have Digital Heretics playing against the Arab Legion. The Arab Legion subbed out their jungle, Ambush 000 for, I cannot remember right now. Oh, they are in game, so I could spectate. And we'll bring it in and talk a little bit about Champ Comp. We have, oh yeah, Full on Frittata. Full on Frittata. He's going to be playing a Mumu also. Ambush played a Mumu. So, Dish didn't have the success. And I keep losing. Your mom. So, wait for him to call back.
Calling you right now. My bad.
Alright, so, it is just showing me an ad over your face right now. And there is the train of pain. It's signaling the start of the game. I'm not sure what's going on with Skype. Let me restart it. But as soon as the train gives us a moment, we will talk about. Yeah, no, everything just crashed again. I believe it's still streaming though. My LOL client just crashed.
That train is loud.
So I'm not sure.
Your client crashed again.
Yeah.
You still got a minute and 20 seconds to get in. I don't know what's going on tonight. Your internet must be having some issues.
Yeah, I apologize, guys. Sometimes it just does that. Not much I can do about it.
I'm watching the stream. It looks fine. One of my buddies said he was real choppy, but I'm looking at it and it seems perfectly fine.
It might be a little bit choppy right now because I'm trying to get everything loaded and playing. Try and give me a video call again. Don't forget to mute yourself because my client started back up real quick. Yeah, so you profile. If someone wants to hop in a lull of Cincy 2 and tell them they could come over here and check out this game when that one is finished, that would be appreciated. Alright, so I have him in here. I need the video. There it is. It's
right.
It's acting up still, but yeah, that's weird. I'll fix it in a second. So I'm gonna get into this game and start talking about. It just has a big mute thing over your face. Yeah. There. Nope. I need to move everything. Anyway, so bot lane, we're gonna see an Ashe and Taric laning against a Caitlyn and Sona, and Aeromax has played Caitlyn every single matchup. The delay's only got 5 seconds, so we're about to go in the game. So we're going to see Lee Sin jungling versus a Mumu. It might cause some issues with counter jungling, so we'll have to see how that plays into things. We also have Kayle top versus what appears to be Cho'Gath, again with the Cho'Gath. He did take Cho'Gath top last lane, had a really good game. And we're going to see Lux mid versus LeBlanc, which could be a lot of trouble for Lux.
Yeah, it can be. LeBlanc does crazy damage, and Keisha is also a very high-ranked player. I believe he's currently gold 2, so he should be giving that Lux quite a bit of trouble mid lane. That'll be one to watch.
Yeah. So if we look at the skin battle, I still have Devin Townsend's not loaded in yet, so we'll have to wait for him to do so. But we have the Aetherwing Kayle versus Nightmare Cho'Gath, Mistletoe LeBlanc, Traditional Lee Sin, and Resistance Caitlyn. Oh, and Kayle will be accompanied by Emerald Taric. So,
yep.
And Spell Thief Lux. There we go. So Devin Townsend loads in, and things shift in favor Well, not in favor, but they even out, it appears. Or not even out, but
Yeah.
I cannot count right now.
The
So I can't
skin
count.
battle is won by the team here at the bottom.
Yeah, the bottom
With,
team,
the 4 skins to 3.
that is Digital Heretics on the bottom there. And
Okay.
they'll be spawning on the purple side. And
Okay, yeah, I need to get that correct so I know which teams are which.
the game was extremely close last game. So let me set up. We have Digital Heretics on the purple side. They have taken 1 game, so let me change the score real quick. And we have Arab Legion on the left side. All right. So sometimes, you know, a lot of people will argue that blue side is easier to win from because of the way the Dragon Pit and Baron Pit are set up. That's because it's easier to defend a Baron Pit from the blue side and easier to steal like a dragon from the backside. So a lot of times when they switch sides, a really close game might be flipped in the other direction. And so we see purple team is grouping up. It looks like they're going to invade. We haven't seen too many invades in the tournament. How do you feel about their positioning right now? They don't have Cho'Gath.
Yeah, Cho'Gath is top, but again, you know, everybody's setting up for blue side for the blue buff. So if they did try and invade red here to steal, which Lee Sin commonly does start red being energy based, there probably would be, you know, nobody to catch them besides this Tark that's standing in the bottom bush. But I mean, that could be bad for him too.
Yeah.
Oh, the ward coming out from Tark actually.
Yeah, it looks like the Arab Legion's strategy is to kindly ask Digital Heretics to please lose. So Ash asked them to good luck, please lose, and there's a little playful bantering. Digital Heretics wants the loss to last all night long.
Yes. So who is up? I know we missed game 1, unable to get streaming on in time.
Now bot lane, this is something we haven't seen in the tournament a lot. Tarek and Ash are going to opt to take the golems first, and this will give Ash a lot of starting gold. It doesn't look like they're efficiently tanking it. Tarek needs to run away into the bush. There we go, and let it bounce between Ash and himself. And if you notice now, she won't lose any CS. She starts with 55 gold and a little bit of XP, so it's a really good thing. A lot of times the opposing team will come down and try to counter that. But yeah, one of the first times I've seen that in this tournament, actually.
Yeah, usually I haven't seen them take golems either. I've been watching most of the games. Does give you quite a bit of a little advantage if you do it completely right.
We're on Lee Sin now, and we see him coming into the jungle here, and he sees a Mumu taking his wraiths. So Lee Sin in the jungle here is probably going to be able to kill a Mumu at red. Would you agree with that?
Possibly. He did take Q and E, so he does have the setup. But there again, there is this ward here, so Mumu will know as soon as he enters his bush.
Yeah, and he runs out. He's going to have to run away if his Lux responds quickly, and so does LeBlanc. So it looks like they are going to secure this red buff for Lee Sin. No, bot lane's coming up, so now they might be in trouble. Here's the Tarek stun on Lee Sin. LeBlanc says, "See ya, I'm out." She's going to leave Lee Sin. Tarek uses his exhaust and forces the flash. But Lux lands a beautiful stun on LeBlanc, and it might be a mistake. She's forced to barrier, and she will give up first blood to Lee Sin. He fires off that resonating strike and is able to follow up. And now here's the problem, I think, is that Amumu is still jungling, and Ash was helping him to take red, and this might turn around in favor of blue team here.
A lot of flashes burned. I don't think it was smart for Lee Sin to follow on that one. They did get first blood. I mean, I guess it is a better trade for them, but he could have easily just walked out there. I'm surprised, you know, when they were going back in up here, that Amumu and everybody else and Ash didn't follow up. They let pretty much that death happen.
I was really surprised. Luna Knight stayed and helped Amumu take blue, and Amumu full-on frittata. He is their substitute, so maybe there's a little bit of a discrepancy in play calling. I think that the decision should have been made to have Amumu stay and fight. Yeah.
You need to change scenes so we can actually see the game.
I bumped my hotkey, apparently. I did it again. There it goes. I apologize. I might have to turn off the hotkey.
While you were doing that, Park did ping towards the bottom bush. Possibly maybe clear this ward out. I don't know, maybe if that was the best idea. Usually you save those for either pushing CS into turret or porting the river, but
I'm just
See
setting
if,
hockey, so I apologize for the game not being up. There it is. Lux
poke damage going down on Ash.
Lux gets hunted down, tracked down in her own jungle. This Lee Sin's being really productive at invading Amumu's jungle, and it's going to be something that Amumu's going to have trouble dealing with in this game.
Yeah. Lee Sin is great early game, whereas Amumu kind of struggles. And Kale's going to get a kill on Cho'Gath early.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Cho was thinking. He used all of his abilities and ignited, and he was still chasing Kale, who she has a relatively quick timer on her. Is it her Q? Yeah, her Q, I believe. Her reckoning, and so it came up, and she was able to pick up the kill.
Lee Sin's thinking about making a play. Nope.
Yeah, on bot lane, we see that Tark and Ashe are doing a good job of stunning. They did not take the better end of that trade, but it seems like things are starting to balance back out. I'm going to bring up the CS count, and we see that Caitlyn has 28 CS to Ashe's 23. So relatively close, but we expect that of Caitlyn. She did start with a Dorn's Blade, so it's going to be easier for her to last hit and easier for her to exchange.
Yeah, unconventional start on Ashe with boots and pots. Maybe just keep out of the poke range of Caitlyn. Don't know about that. And before, we had that pink ward place down here. It looks like they were trying to set up that lane game, but Tark did not clear the enemy ward fast enough. Lumen was spotted.
Yeah, I like to see...
Time wasted.
You were commented about the boots and pots on Ashe, and I like to see AD carries start with the Dorn's Blade. It allows for plays to be made. It allows for better CSing. If you play passive, there's nothing wrong with it. You're safe. You don't really need the health pots. But I think that one of the reasons Ashe opted for boots first is because if you remember, she has no escape mechanism. So the boots are going to allow her Q. Her Q is Frost Shot or Frost Arrow. Let's see. Yeah, Frost Shot. And she toggles it on, and when it lands, it puts a slowdown onto the enemy. And so the boots will allow her to kite a little bit.
And I guess with the Tark heal, they have some sort of sustain in lane. But I agree with you. I do like the Dorn's Blade start. I really don't think boots really provide you that much early game. Dorn's Blade provides you quite a bit of sustain in lane, especially in bot lane.
Yeah.
At least a long sword and pots if you're maybe scared.
Yeah, before Season 3, a lot of players would say that you had to start boots and pots because boots were extremely good. They've been nerfed speed-wise a little bit with Season 3 patch. And actually, a lot of players don't even get boots until very late, or will often sell them after they pick up a Phantom Dancer. And top lane, Lee Sin's in a lot of trouble. Kayle will flash in for basically nothing, and Amumu picks up the kill top on Lee Sin. He was just out of position.
Right before as well, Kayle killed Cho'Gath for a second time with Amumu gang.
Yeah, and she's definitely one of those champions that's really hard to deal with when she starts to get fed. She's a great pick against Cho'Gath because of her 2 ranged attacks. She's got a great ult. Her ult makes anyone that she chooses invincible for a certain amount of time. And basically, she can do damage and get a little bit tanky. It looks like she might be so far ahead right now that she might just opt to go straight damage here and come down and end the game. Mike Portnoy has done an excellent job in this tournament. I think he's won his lane every single game of this tournament, so... Yeah.
And mid lane, Lux is just keeping up with LeBlanc. They haven't seen too much action there.
Lux has died twice, though. She died once to LeBlanc and once to Lee Sin, so she has to be very passive. That was a prediction, though, before the game that she would struggle a little bit. She needs to really make sure she lands her stuns.
I did not see that kill. My bad on that. I saw the first one.
But yeah, they're pretty even at CS.
I'm gonna go top lane again. Kayle is keeping on that Cho'Gath. He is beating on him pretty heavy. He doesn't want Cho'Gath to get any farm and get himself back in this game.
Yeah, Lee Sin, I think he was trying to give his blue to LeBlanc, but he accidentally took it for himself. So that might actually give Lux the edge she needs in lane to come back. This again, look.
Up as well.
In comes Lee Sin. Ashe does use her Hawk Shot because she sees him coming in because he's been taking that red. He's going to come in, though, and really try to harass this Amumu, keep the jungle
He's not
evaded.
going away either.
Because
Not going away.
by being in the jungle, he keeps pressure on Amumu, and he's going to be able to stop him from being able to successfully gank. Lee Sin did not ward over the back, so he didn't actually know when red was taken, so he was just basically guessing.
Yeah. Oh. Lux burns her ultimate, but only really getting LeBlanc down to half.
And, you know, like I've said before in previous casts with Slick, that's okay for Lux to do. It helps her push her lane. She puts down damage onto LeBlanc, and her ult is on pretty low cooldown. It's only a minute cooldown.
Well.
So it'll be up pretty quick here. Amumu's working his way around the back of Lee Sin's jungle. He's gonna ward the blue so that he could try and counter jungle it in the future, but that ward is gonna actually expire before blue buff pops up again. So it will, though, help bot lane to recognize when a gank is coming. I like this ward coverage out of them, because essentially nobody can get into this tri-bush here unless they go through this ward or through the jungle or the river ward. I'd like to see their own tri-bush warded, especially since Lee Sin's been in their jungle so much. There's a little action in the mid. Amumu gets caught, and he's running away. Lee Sin missed the first resonating strike, but drops his ward and shields into it, and he picks up a kill on Amumu. So, like I said, this Amumu is going to have a lot of trouble making it out of lane phase and ganking. His team was actually pretty far ahead with Kale. He doesn't have to worry about helping her top, but I think he really needs to try and go bottom and try and make his bot lane take an advantage. Here comes that tri-bush ward that I was talking about. It would have helped great right there. And there's a beautiful hawk shot. I'm not sure where she saw that coming from. Maybe he just realized that, hey, Caitlyn and Sona are playing a little too aggressively, so I better check for this gank because he's come this way before. But yeah, or he might have also seen him walk past this dragon ward here. I wasn't really paying attention to that. But yeah, no, that was great Spidey sense or league sense by Ashe to shoot that hawk shot off in that bush. So yeah, I still think a ward there would be better than the ward here, because that ward is kind of... I mean, this ward was placed before the dragon ward, so this is a very, very good warding spot.
Uh-oh. Dark's having a bit of trouble.
Yeah, Turk has to flash out, but Amumu does a lane gank, and they're going to... No, Sona will ult, and Ashe will flash in, only to be denied by the turret, and she'll have to back out. So Amumu, his ult is on cooldown from earlier when he died in the jungle. I would really like to see Amumu place a ward here, or in this bush right here at this ramp, so that he could see when Lee Sin comes in, because Lee Sin has been invading the bottom side of his jungle a lot. I'd also like to see Amumu. He knows that it's been warded really well. He should probably pick up an Oracle's Elixir pretty early on and start clearing out some wards. Here comes Lee Sin from the jungle. Again, he loves ganking from this jungle. His Resonating Strike lands, and he follows it up and picks up the kill on Lux. And so Lux has been pretty much shut down. Amumu came from behind there. He was just too late. He needs to really, really start to coordinate better with this team. Kale comes down, but Cho'Gath pings back mid lane.
Well, we knew it was going to be a tough lane for Lux. Lee Sin's been mid quite a lot. They've made some successful games there, but Amumu, he did pick up 2 kills. I guess he did get that 1 kill up top earlier. He's got a full Ancient Golem out, so he's pretty tanky. He's actually ahead of Lee Sin items-wise, comparatively.
Yeah, I think he needs to be a little more proactive with warding. He does have, or he did ward Dragon for bot lane a little bit ago, but that ward has expired, so it's been a while since he's laid down a ward. And I would like to see him be more defensive with his wards for his own jungle rather than for bot lane, because bot lane has Taric. And, I mean, a dedicated support who has a Sight Stone, you don't really have to worry about warding for bot lane right now.
Right.
And like I was saying earlier, this blue buff just came up for Digital Heretics. So that Amumu ward did wear out plenty early, and it won't affect... it won't be able to actually help them to take the blue buff. LeBlanc was thinking about... I thought she was thinking about going in for the blue buff, but she's just keeping Amumu's bottom jungle warded extremely well. That way, they can also see, like, junglers will often take this outer path down here. That way they come to the outside of this tribush instead of below this tribush. If you come below this tribush, this CS will actually be able to see you. So this is a good ward spot.
Not to interrupt you, but if you want to head top real quick, you're seeing a gank probably successfully done by Lee Sin. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I apologize. The Lux arrow comes up and does miss. Kale used her ult much earlier when she was running it down the river. Amumu's coming up again too late, and this is the lane presence. And there goes Sona. She disconnected last game, I believe, and so there's a pause. So we can't really move when there's a pause. Yeah, they say again Sona DCs, but I say they don't need the extra man right now. They're playing great.
I think that might be a strategy. I see this in the LCS happen all the time, I swear, just because they want to chat about the game. Maybe get a little bit of strategy going.
Yeah, we noticed, though, if you look at bot lane scores, nothing's really happened bot lane. Kate is really starting to take off with her CS. And so really, Ashe needs to make a play, and he can't do that with Amumu top. Amumu is in a really, really bad position. He came up extremely late after Kale died. He's going on a full health Cho'Gath for no reason. They're actually joking about it right now.
Yeah.
Cho says, how's life? And Amumu says, sad. And that makes me sad. Cho says he'll be his friend.
He's gonna be coming in maybe to feed Cho'Gath another kill here.
Yeah, I think Cho wants to eat him. I think he's lying, and he's going to eat him instead. Lee Sin's going to come in, and who else is down there? There's somebody else right there. Or is that just a glitch on my... No, it's just a ping. So it's just Lee Sin and Cho, and Amumu's in a tough spot right now because...
At half health as well.
Yeah, and between those two champions, he's not really going to be able to get away. That resonating strike on Lee Sin is really, really good sticky mechanism. Sticky mechanism? I cannot speak today. Mechanism. No, it's a really good... sticky mechanic. It allows Lee Sin to just stay all over whoever he wants, whenever he wants, and it's fairly easy to land. So now they're hashtagging some stuff there.
Hashtag whine about it.
LeBlanc spent his 21st birthday in class for 12 hours. So everybody in chat, let's give LeBlanc a happy birthday. That's Keisha Fabo. Played TF last game and carried his team to a decisive victory. And Tarek...
Poor Tarek has to walk 2 miles back through Clifton after these games are done.
Yeah, that's scary. Maybe he'll take his stun with him. So that he can escape. Stun, ult, and shatter those bitches, Tarek. Don't get ganked in Clifton, okay? Because you don't get to respawn. He does also have to run like 2 miles back to his lane, I believe. Is he in lane? Yeah, no, he's in lane, but he's done a lot of running in the game actually also, and so Sona does reconnect, and Tarek is calling out Cho. I think there's going to be a 1v1 in the middle of the map after this. There's some asterisks with a U after it. One can only guess at what was said, blank U, but we will never be sure. We will never know. And please do not speculate in chat. And we're just waiting on the okay from Lux. Or Sona, I'm sorry. There's the sorry from Sona. And Fabio's unpaused the game. He didn't even ask if it was okay. Tarek likes dudes, apparently. It says Tarek.
Amumu.
Yeah, he does a nice juke. He moves bottom and then pulls himself back in. And Lee Sin does land the Resonating Strike, and he's forced to use the Curse of the Sad Mummy. And Lee Sin Resonating Strikes him again. He missed the juke. He's gonna die here. I don't see him getting out. Because Resonating Strike is up again. Yeah, it's just... Lee Sin's cooldowns are just so low that a lot of tops really struggle against him. So yeah, that was just a bad position for the Mummy to be in. He said lol, juked into it. I don't know if it would have mattered.
Yeah, he probably was.
I think he just he should have just hightailed it out of there. He should have never gone in there in the first place. And
yeah, we called it though.
Bot lane.
Cho'Gath was full health.
We're at 16 minutes. We haven't seen a dragon yet. Lee Sin is going to go in on Lux, and he is out of control right now. He slows her. He he landed the resonating strike, but he doesn't follow it up because it's under turret, and he just takes a whole lot of turret damage. And Lux is a whole level ahead of him, even though he's died twice. Devin Townsend's playing a solid game, keeping up actually above in CS now that LeBlanc had to back. Or he's died 4 times, I'm sorry. I've not been paying attention. Lee Sin hopefully will give blue to LeBlanc this time instead of stealing it, and yes, she does get it. So there is that. That is a great update to have for Digital Heretics, who have now pulled out to a 500 gold lead.
Yeah, I think what was happening there mid lane is Lee Sin landed his Q, but he didn't have flash up. He was trying to get around Lux so he could alter back into the middle of lane and follow up on his resonating strike, but it just didn't happen there, and basically nothing happened with that gank at all.
Yeah. I would also like to point out that the winner of this match, the entire best of 3, will basically be guaranteed a spot into the tournament bracket after the pool play is over. So if Digital Heretics wins this game, they are guaranteed a spot into the tournament. That means that if the Arab Legion wants to claim their right in the tournament, they will have to take this to Game 3. So they're going to need to turn it around. They're now down almost 1,000 gold. There's the ult from Ashe. It stuns Caitlyn. Amumu goes in and makes a play. Curse of the Sap Mummy goes down, but Sona ults to push it off. Amumu ults and picks up the kill with Tantrum. So it was a good play. Amumu is still going after Sona. I don't know if this is a good decision. He doesn't know where LeBlanc is. He doesn't know where Lee Sin is. It just so happens.
Actually headed over right now.
Yeah, it just so happened that they were out. Yeah. Sona is going to come back in and stop him, and he is in trouble. Oh, it was so close. He goes on her. He's not going to even be able to pick up the kill on her. LeBlanc picks up the kill. That was just a bad decision, though, because it just so happened Lee Sin was top. But had Lee Sin been anywhere in the neighborhood, it would have ended the same way. So
that's another kill over to LeBlanc, and some extra gold there. So she's going to really be out of control this game.
So we noticed that Kale top lane was really bullying around Cho'Gath pre-level 6, but as soon as Cho'Gath got his consume, he turned very, very scary for her. She's letting herself get too close to him. She did kill Lee Sin in a gank, so they did trade 1 for 1. She's got 3 kills and 115 CS right now. She is not the CS leader, that is Kate, but she is a close second right now, and Cho'Gath's going to take the turret because of that, and he is getting humongous. He's getting large, and he is in charge right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, Cho'Gath scales really well into the game. You know, he doesn't have to really dominate his lane as long as he farms decently well and he feasts and gets his stacks up. That was just a super tank, and he's really, really hard to control.
Yeah, there's a good ping to warn Lux back. I'm not sure who it came from, but Cho was going to come down and gank, and Lux, if you noticed, LeBlanc was really low under turret, and she did miss her bind. And so with that bind, she might have been able to pop all of her abilities. Her ult is up, so if she would have gotten her bind off, I'm pretty sure LeBlanc would have died there. It looks like Sona and Kate might be positioning for Dragon. No, they're not. Lee Sin goes onto his Wolves, so they're just going to continue normal things. Lux is going to take blue from Amumu, and hopefully start to get a little bit of edge in lane.
A quote from Incendiary Spade in the chat: Cho'Gath is a strong, independent black woman who don't need no man. And that is definitely true.
Don't need no man, faux show. There's a late Lux laser to try and snipe the dragon, and that was just bad positioning by blue team. They knew nobody was around. They have a ward down there, so they knew it was happening, and they just didn't contest it. And that is an uncontested dragon. And everybody was alive, and so there's really no reason.
They were all around the area too. Even Kale was bottom.
I think they're really scared right now. They're not even down that far right now. They have a really good team composition with the Taric ult and the stun and Kale ult. I mean, the team can stay alive a long time, and Ashe can really do a lot of damage. She does have a finished Bloodthirster, so that does put her ahead of Caitlyn. Caitlyn picked up. It looks like because she got the cloak. The Cloak of Agility, it looks like she's probably going for an Infinity Edge first, which I really like because Infinity Edge makes plays.
Yeah, the lifesteal is good if you get it up early in lane. It's also good late game, but that mid game, I agree with you. The damage is definitely way worth it. I mean, unless she gets some time here to really farm up the stacks on the Bloodthirster, it really isn't going to give them much of an advantage. But then again, Caitlyn isn't given the option to back, so she isn't able to even finish her item.
Yeah, I think Bloodthirster is a solid choice, especially if some players just don't know how to deal with the damage, especially at lower league levels. I'm not sure what league Kate is in. I believe that he is a bronze 1, or I'm not sure. I apologize if that is wrong. I don't want to slight anybody or cheat them leagues. But yeah, no. So a lot of lower league players just can't handle the damage. So that might have been a decision by Ashe, Luna Knight, and they take the mid turret, and that's really good. That's the best turret for them to take early on. It opens up all of Purple's jungle, so now they might be able to shut down Lee Sin a little bit, and blue buff is up.
Let's start this shot here.
But as I was saying, a lot of beginner players don't really know how to respond to a lot of damage. So going Infinity Edge means you have to wait longer to get the damage, and Bloodthirster means that you have the instant damage. So basically the difference is with Infinity Edge you cannot duel, but it is better for team fights. It is much better for team fights. You have to play...
And you get that critical chance as well.
And you have to play extremely safe. I think it's really good on Kate, though, because she has such a long range. Her abilities are almost lackluster at times, so she really has to abuse her range and her poke. So Infinity Edge, Infinity Edge is extremely good poke with 250% damage on crit. So you're likely going to see an Infinity Edge and a Phantom Dancer out of Kate. I'm sure that's what he built last game. I do not recall. Tariq is not pinging blue. He's checking the blue right now. And even though Purple Team is ahead, or even though Digital Heretics, I should say, is ahead 3 kills, the Arab Legion is tied up pretty much the gold lead.
Yeah, we're basically near 600 gold. Separates the team. Purple is up on kills, but blue is gained map advantage with all 3 outer turrets have gone down. Only 1 turret for what is purple? Heretics?
Purple is Digital Heretics, yes.
Yeah, only 1 turret top lane for Heretics has gone down. And I agree with you, mid turret, very, very important. You just opened up a lot of control. A lot of wards can be placed then aggressively around the raids and the wolves areas so that you can try and catch people out, actually know positions of the enemy team. So definitely huge, being that the game is basically even. That gives them a slight advantage.
Yeah, one thing that really is a problem that I see right now for Digital Heretics is that they're not really pushing any lanes, so they're kind of on the back foot right now. Last game they did take a slight gold lead, and once they got that slight gold lead, they really ran with it. But the game was extremely even until about 35 minutes. So it's likely we'll see a really back and forth game. I think that Digital Heretics, even with the mid turret down, does have a slight edge right now with their team composition and their team fighting, especially with that Cho'Gath, as big, as black, and as independent as she is. So I think that it's gonna be hard for, even with the mid turret down, the Arab Legion to respond. I think they're doing good things right now. They're pushing bot lane. That's good. Ashe really needs to get farmed up. She's got her second BF sword. Caitlyn does have her Infinity Edge now. And let's just compare the damages of these two champions real quick. So if we look at Ashe, Ashe is doing 235 damage on auto attack. And let's find Caitlyn. Caitlyn with the Infinity Edge is doing 191. But we got to remember, with the crit, it does 250% crit chance, or 250% damage on crit. And there's a 25% crit chance. And once she gets her Phantom Dancer, she's going to be critting like every third attack, if not more. So
yeah, if not more, and that'll do way more damage.
There's the Lux ult, and it just melts Keisha Fabo, but he doesn't die to it. And the Arab Legion's like really hesitant about engaging there. I think it would have been a very good engage, even though they have their two people bottom lane. Fabo had to back, so it made it a good 3-on-3, and they have their 3 strong players up here right now.
I'll agree with you there. they definitely want to engage out in the open. They have a lot of kite with their team, with the LeBlanc and the... Oh, you want to go bot lane here real quick?
Yep.
Get some action. Mumu will probably be coming down here soon.
Yeah, I think that right now the Arab Legion just missed a very vital team fight there. I think that they were a little too hesitant. Like I said before, that was Digital Heretics' problem, is they were not pushing lanes, and it resulted in a tier 2 turret from this Ashe and Tark pushing. And Digital Heretics knew what was going on. It wasn't like it was a big surprise to them, and they still refused to stop it. And
Well,
Keisha
Fabo,
Fabo, yeah, he just pops in and he's just so bursty, and Ashe is just so fragile. But that's what I'm talking about. After this turret went down, the Arab Legion had a really good chance to engage in a fight there and really put a hurting on Digital Heretics. But they didn't, and it resulted in a kill for Fabo.
Yeah, I mean, he's a gold 2 player. He's extremely good mid. I played with him a little bit. Definitely a solid player. It's basically Team Kite versus Team CC. I wouldn't count out the Arab Legion on team fights. If they play it right, Mumu gets his ult off, you have CC from Lux, a slow from Kale, Stun from Tark, and an Ashe arrow all combined. You know, they could really, really do some crazy work. But again, the Kite from Lee Sin, you know, Caitlyn, with her 90 caliber net and LeBlanc's movement.
There's the engage by LeBlanc, and it was really good. It just burns down Portney, and he is going to go down to LeBlanc. She's doing a great job of jumping in, doing the burst damage, and getting out and staying alive. And then Cho'Gath's just following up, and nobody could stop him right now. Ashe actually backed before that fight, and it was funny because Amumu was right here top lane at this tier 2 turret, and he actually ran all the way to the Dragon Pit to help his team out, and it left top lane pushing against the Arab Legion. And so Ashe backed and went to deal with it, and that's when Fabo went in and just melted Lux. And that's the second dragon for Digital Heretics. And so now they're going to be really hard to deal with. It looked for a minute like the Arab Legion picked up the momentum. They were ahead in the gold by a little bit, but now they're down in the gold. It's still very close. Even though they're down a lot of kills, they have a lot of turrets. And global gold is good. Any gold is good. So, I mean, you know, if you want to give me some gold, I'll take it. Now,
this mid turret's probably going to go down here, though.
Yeah, no, like you said, Digital Heretics doesn't really have a siege comp, but Caitlyn in herself is a siege comp.
Yep.
You said they were not as pokey, and Ashe is going to go and take another turret, so he's doing a really good job of split pushing. But if this results in a tier 2 turret here, and Ashe does not take this inhibitor turret up top, then that could be a problem for the Arab Legion.
Well, they're team fighting mid here, and people are still going down, and Ashe is right on that inhibitor turret, and they're not responding to that. This is really going in favor of Arab Legion.
The Lux ult comes in a little late, but it's enough to force Lee Sin to back. There's the inhibitor turret, and she's just going to focus down the inhibitor. If Lee Sin backs, and no, he's forced out, Amumu goes in very bravely and stops him from backing. She's going to get an inhibitor here, and this is a huge, huge play by Ashe. I would say it was very risky. I think that Digital Heretics could have just bullied the Arab Legion out and taken this turret, but they were just too hesitant about it, and it cost them 2 turrets and an inhibitor. They lost this other turret. They need to really be able to respond to this split pushing that's happening, because they're in a lot of trouble right now. The gold count is still even. They are ahead in kills. It seems like they have a good team fight, but we cannot count out the Arab Legion.
You don't really see much split pushing from AD carries, but when she's up top farming and they've got 4 people just held doing nothing mid lane, you know, why stop going? And, you know, Amumu did make excellent play there to stop everybody from recalling, so she did end up picking that inhib up too. Oh, and Caitlyn's going to take blue buff off of LeBlanc. Pretty hilarious. LeBlanc, they're just not giving her any extra help this game.
Yeah, that's pretty solid decision making. No, I was going to say, though, before that team fight, which baffled my mind because Ashe was just top and nobody peeled off of it to go stop her, it would have just taken Lee Sin and he would have been guaranteed a kill, and his team still might have taken that tower. But I was trying to say that even though it doesn't seem that Digital Heretics went directly for a poke comp, they are kind of indirectly a poke comp because Sona has very good poke, Caitlyn has very good poke, so that is a poke lane. Lee Sin's Resonating Strike is an extremely good poking tool, or his Sonic Wave into his Resonating Strike, I'm sorry. But his Sonic Wave is a very good poke tool. Cho'Gath, not so pokey, but he has his knock-up with his spikes. And you also got to remember, LeBlanc, while she doesn't have great range, she can jump in and jump out. So both of these teams are actually fairly poke-oriented.
A little bit of damage going down from that LeBlanc onto the Axe. But here's that CC we're talking about. Nashville comes in, a Moonwall comes in, and they're catching Lee Sin out of position here.
Yeah, Curse of the Sad Mummy goes down and only stuns one person. Lee Sin, while he dies, he does a great job of zoning out the carries from his own team, but his team doesn't capitalize on it. Caitlyn does pick up a kill, but they're going to be forced to back. LeBlanc is just too squishy, and her burst just ends, but the boots, the home guard boots, are going to allow her to come right back in and help Kate to defend this turret. And Kate is afraid she's going to back. I don't think that they need to back here. I think that Kate can poke from a safe range as long as she makes sure to dodge the Lux stun.
Yeah, I think they need definitely wave clear as much as possible.
And Fabio goes down. He makes a bad decision to come back in. And right now the Arab Legion is pushing extremely hard. There's the Lux Laser, finally gets some love and picks up the kill on Cho'Gath. Lux goes from 0-4 in lane to 3-4. Right now it's a very strange game because there's so many people that are more fed on Digital Heretics. But like I said, Lee Sin, while he was zoning out the AD carries, you know, his team didn't follow up and do any damage there. So he's one of the fed champions. He dies very fast there. LeBlanc died pretty quick, and Caitlyn was really the only one dishing out the deeps. So there's another inhibitor turret down. That's 3 inhibitor turrets down. And so now they have 2. They're on the Nexus turrets, and they only have 2 inhibitors up. And this is probably going to go into a game 3 here, which would only be, I believe, the 3rd game 3 of the tournament. So pretty exciting.
I would have to agree. I would definitely have to agree. I mean, they're only up 4,000 gold, but they have all 3 inhibs there and open right now. The top one is down. So we have Liquid Slick in chat now. He has made it back. He stated they definitely have a lot of Baron control right now, because at any moment, you know, they could send somebody to take one of those inhibitors if people are out of position. So it does give them a lot of map control, a lot of pressure that they can place anywhere.
Yeah, if Digital Heretics wants to stay in this game, they're going to have to defend that Baron. And they really need to start taking some turrets of their own. If you look bot lane, that turret is still, the first turret is still alive at 34 minutes into the game. And they're just going to have some trouble right now because they have super minions coming in the top lane. Cho's trying to deal with it. Their bot lane's pushed. If Cho doesn't go down there, the minions are going to take that turret or that inhibitor.
Yeah, basically, Arab Legion should be setting up for a Baron right about now because they are having minions push in from both sides. They're shoving up mid lane as well right now. And it looks like they are. They're going to set up and probably go for this Baron here. It's a very, very smart choice.
Yeah, and Digital Heretics, who has been so good at all game about having ward coverage on Baron, they did see them move through the mid to get to Baron, but they do know that it's going to go. That Arab Legion is attempting it. And here comes a poke from Caitlyn. A little early, but there is a ward down there. Lee Sin can come through. He's going to try and steal Baron. No, he comes in. There's a team fight. Lux ults. The Curse of the Sad Mummy goes down on just Cho'Gath. And so right now, Lee Sin ults out. Was it Kale? I'm not sure who he ulted out. But trade is just going in favor of the Arab Legion right now. And so Lee Sin did not do enough damage. He didn't get deep enough. He's got to run from Lux, who is chasing him for her life. And so now they might have to just try and steal this Baron. Although I don't know, I would just try, I think, and siege these Nexus turrets. And I think they just win here because they have everybody up. Even though Mumu's low, he could still throw down his crowd control. Yeah, and Cho'Gath did die in that fight.
What did go in Purple's advantage is they came for that Baron, which really wasn't smart, because they had super minions pushing into their base. They're lucky that inhibitor spawned just in time, where they would probably lost the Nexus turret for free there.
Yeah, they're going to do it by the books. They take out all the inhibitors. Top inhibitor respawns. They're going to ignore that, so... in comes LeBlanc with the burst, but down goes the first Nexus turret to a minion. And LeBlanc targeting the wrong person there. She gets the stun off on Taric. But Kale just pushes in too deep. The whole of Digital Heretics respawns, and they can really counter push or counter Baron here. If they clear,
they're gonna lose the top inhib though. It's gone. The minions.
yeah, they just right now. I think that they need to push the creep out of their base and immediately try to take an objective. They're in a lot of trouble now. They're only behind like 3,000 gold though, so it's still extremely close.
In terms of the gold and the fights, I can say that, but again, LeBlanc does scale off. You know, her early game pressure is crazy. She does do a very high amount of damage early and mid game, but she does scale off a little bit. She isn't able to basically 100-0 anybody on Arab Legion's team right now. That's making her a little bit useless. Cho'Gath has lost a lot of his stacks, so he's not as tanky right now. Baron is still up, but they do have super minions pretty much pushing everywhere.
I just want to point out something. This is extremely befuddling to me. The Arab Legion has 14 kills. Digital Heretics has 15, and they are behind because they're behind. There are 10 turrets down. 10 turrets down in the Arab Legion's favor, and only 2 down in Digital Heretics' favor. And Digital Heretics is still extremely close. They are still up a kill. If I would like to point your attention to the items menu, if you look at the kills, nobody on the Arab Legion is actually kills over right now. We have a 5-5 Kale, a 4-4 Amumu, a 4-4 Lux, an 0-1 Ashe, and a 1-1 Taric. So nobody on that team is kills over. While we have three people that are kills over on the Arab Legion or on Digital Heretics. We have 2 of them are actually really fed. I mean, LeBlanc has 6 kills. She can just do tons of burst. But Lee Sin might try to defend this dragon here, or this Baron. I'm sorry. Here comes the Resonate Strike. He's in. He does smite it in Digital Heretics' favor. He he flashes out, and Lux misses the ult. That is humongous. That is huge.
Not the Baron. Wow. A missed smite. That could change the game here. If they lose the team fight here, respawns are pretty high. They would lose a lot of turrets.
Yeah, that was humongous. If you look, it brings the gold lead down to. They're only behind 1.4k gold. I don't know. They're all going into the Nexus to heal up, but they really need to come out and they have to force the fight here. If they get the ace, they might be able to do enough damage to get to the inhibitors. And down goes Ashe so fast.
Away.
Curse of the Sad Mummy goes down on only one person. Fabio is going to die to the Amumu Tantrum. And I'm just not sure Fabio's decision-making this fight. Cho'Gath does pick up the kill on Amumu, but it's just not enough yet. Down comes the Lux ult. Again, that Lux ult is just so fast. And it looks like Lux is not going to be able to get away from Lee Sin and Cho. And neither is Kale. Cho just eats the crap out of Kale. Holy crap, she's dead. There's no deader form of dead. Lux lands a clutch stun there, though. She might be able to pick these guys up. I'm not sure. In comes Lee Sin. Does Lux have any moves left? And there it is. Lee Sin does pick up Lux, and the minions kill the base. Caitlyn is not able to defend the base, and that victory goes in the favor of the Arab Legion. And so we are at 1-1 right now, but that will put Digital Heretics back on the blue side, so maybe they'll gain their advantage back. That game, that was just crazy. That game was crazy. It was so close. It was so close.
It was really close, Lex.
You gotta mute yourself, please.
It was really close. I do have to give it to Arab Legion, though. Their team comp, with the amount of CC that they had, did prevail over the kiting abilities of the Digital Heretics team. LeBlanc did make some good plays there at the end. She did nuke that Ashe, but right before Ashe died, the arrow came out, so she went down to a Amumu Tantrum, like we said there, and a little bit of not paying attention on Digital Heretics' part, chasing the Lux out of the base instead of defending the Nexus. You know,
yeah.
They still had Baron. I think they could have maybe held on for a little longer.
My LoL client crashed, so I won't be able to see the post-game report for that one, but I'd imagine that there was a lot of damage being done from Purple Team. And that's what's crazy is that while I think Digital Heretics probably did more damage, they definitely had more kills. Even at the end when they won that team fight, they definitely had the kill advantage, and they were tied in gold. They just weren't able to deal with the split pushing from Ashe. I think it's a really easy problem to deal with.
You just move and shut down